Hello everybody, welcome to the second episode of my Hogwarts Legacy playthrough. I've kind of included the end of my previous episode, just because, well, just a recap really, and it also helps catch up where I had left off in effect. So I'm going to stop talking for the cutscene because I did cut some of it off, but I will see you as my in-game self very shortly, and again at the end.
There you are. How did you... What is this place?
I don't know, but I found this floating above that basin.
That is no mere basin. That is a pensive for viewing memories. I wonder... Follow my lead.
All is in place.
The portkey is well hidden.
Perhaps too well. I wonder if the path we've created...
May be impossible to follow. It will only be impossible for one who cannot see traces of ancient magic as I can.
Your ability to see what others cannot will not be enough, Percival. We are entrusting the one who embarks on this path with powerful secrets, with knowledge others will do anything to obtain.
Yes, and if we are correct, Charles, the witch or wizard who completes the trials will have proven themselves worthy of that knowledge, and the responsibility that accompanies it.
We've done all that we can.
That's what you're seeing. The glow that surrounded them.
Yes, sir.
Astonishing.
Can I see magic?
Traces of an ancient magic, to be precise. The magic that Miriam had always believed existed, but could never. Miriam, and perhaps George, died in pursuit of knowledge that has been dormant for centuries. And you, it seems, are the key to understanding why. We were...
It all looks rather different than it did a moment ago.
Someone's coming.
Who were they? I don't know. But, sir, you shouldn't be in here.
I was right. Ranrock.
Seems my reputation precedes me. I was beginning to think no one was ever going to visit Rackham's vault.
And why are you here?
No need for that. Just give me whatever it is you found here and we can let bygones be bygones.
Sir, they have the key to the vault.
Choose your next words wisely.
I only meant that the instructions to Vault 12 were quite clear. Sir, I must insist. I was to grant access only to one with the key, and you didn't have them.
I have no patience for traitors. Now, where were we?
I'm not giving you anything.
Well, perhaps your young friend here will be more helpful.
Are you all right?
Fine, sir.
I've never seen so powerful a goblin. He seemed wholly unaffected by my magic.
Where are we?
It can't be. It seems those who set up the pensive, the locket, and the path to both wanted someone with your ability to end up here. Come. We have a sorting ceremony to get to.
Right. Kicking off where we left off from the last episode. Let's see how Varro Targurius.
Oh, good. We haven't missed
I've used the name, I don't even know how to pronounce it, but let's see how well he does. Now, one thing about this start of Hogwarts Legacy is it's very cutscene heavy. Now, I don't have a problem with that because, like I said many times before on this channel, I think it's a really good way of telling a story, especially as there is already lore behind this. So the Harry Potter movies and the Fantastic Beast series. So having a cutscene play out for me isn't too much of a problem. It's also got some very good character building. This game has. You really get a personality from each of the NPCs. Like Professor Black, for instance, is a very pompous character, just as I would expect a pure blood from the Black lineage to be. Bearing in mind they abandoned Sirius because he didn't fit in with their way of thinking.
Might still be able to get you sorted this evening.
Be interesting actually to see. In, I think it's the Order of the Phoenix, there's a wall with all of the Black family tree. Be interesting to see whether that headmaster is on that family tree. I might do that at some point.
Professor Weasley.
Now, one interesting thing about this game. If you link your Wizarding World account to it, it does actually pull information from that account. So when I start a new character on this game, it always puts me in Ravenclaw because of some of the information I put in the original website thing. So I am going to swap that for Hufflepuff this time, simply because I've got 3 playthroughs already and Hufflepuff is the only one that I don't currently have. I've only finished it once, and that was with my Ravenclaw character. Let's go explore.
Hogwarts and the world beyond the castle and grounds.
Indeed. Much can be gleaned by having an adventurous spirit.
Professors teach me stuff.
Professors have a great
Well.
deal to teach you as well. You're clever indeed. You have the ability to reflect clearly on that which puzzles others. And you've a ready mind, quick to learn.
I would love to get that hat on me to see what it says about me. Probably you have no clue who you are. There you go, Ravenclaw. Intelligence, creativity, and wit. I don't know how the hell it got that from my answers, but there we go. Patience, loyalty are definitely aspects for me as well. Hard work, maybe not so much. Yeah, let's go for it. Take a choice into account when sorting you into a house. Oh, it would help if I pressed the right button, wouldn't it? Square to accept Stuart.
Better be
Yay. I like the fact the gown actually went across the back of the chair rather than just cutting through it like it would in some other games, especially as this is all in-game graphics at the moment. In fact, all of the cutscenes in this are actually in-game models, which again is quite nice because it shows that they have put some money into this. All of the characters do look individual, apart from maybe a couple.
It's not as though I've banned flying altogether.
All of the main characters definitely look individual.
Tempt me. You are here to focus on your academic futures. I'm sure you will have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow. I said, I'm sure you all have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow.
In other words, get out. Miseries.
Quite an entrance. It's lovely to meet you. I'm...
Professor Weasley, would you be so kind as to show our new student to their common room?
I shall see to it, sir. As I was saying, I'm Professor Weasley. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Ron's great-grandmother, most likely.
Mistress, it is my distinct honor to show you to your common room. Right this way. It's quite uncommon for a student to begin as a fifth year. Might be a bit of work, but I'm sure that's never stopped you before.
It hasn't, Professor.
Now, here we are at the entrance to the Hufflepuff Common Room.
This is the entrance.
Indeed. I will explain what to do, but I hesitate to do it myself as one errant knock leads to being doused in vinegar. Most unpleasant. You must tap the barrel, 2 from the bottom, middle of the second row, in the rhythm of Helga Hufflepuff.
I wonder whether all of the professors
Well done.
get told
Now go on in and get some
all of
sleep.
the ways to
You have a big day
enter
ahead of
the
you.
different common
I shall be
rooms,
back in the morning to collect you for your first class.
or whether it's just lucky that
You're welcome.
she
I
is
hope
or
you
was
enjoy
a
your first night
Hufflepuff.
at Hogwarts. Sleep well.
I don't know. Would be an interesting one. See, that looks amazing.
Looks like everyone's gone. Better head to the common room.
Just eat everything we see. Oh, more things. Now, are those things to eat, or are they? Yes, they're things to eat. Don't know why I'm surprised. Did that chessboard just move? Yes, it did. Oh dear. Checkmate, fool. Literally 3 moves on a board and you checkmated yourself. Oh my god.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
She's awfully regal, isn't she?
Is that your owl?
I don't know who she is. Likely one of the Hufflepuffs around here. Owls choose their own company anyway. Wait, you're the new 5th year.
Looks like Hedwig.
Quite the dramatic entrance you made. Can't imagine wanting to call attention to yourself, especially since everyone will be watching to see how much you already know.
I am a bit concerned. I have a lot of catching up to do.
Indeed, 4 years of schoolwork is a bit... being that far behind, I'd feel so... inadequate.
You really are not a Hufflepuff, are you?
Presumably, as a hard-working Hufflepuff...
You're supposed to be friendly and loyal.
I'm hard-working too, as you might suspect.
You just seem a little bit, I don't know, snip that, Ravenclaw. Yeah, most likely.
At least people have always told me so.
Although, to be honest, with that little nasty streak that you were just showing out there, going, oh, well, you've got loads to do. Sounds more Slytherin.
You really think you should have been in Ravenclaw?
Well, my brothers were. They both work in the ministry now. I suppose you could say that wit runs in the family. My aunt was a Gryffindor, though, and I've always had plenty in common with her. Determination, valor, daring. The old sorting hat was spoiled for choice with me.
It was nice meeting you, Lenora.
Of course. Adieu.
Yeah. No more apples. Let's go talk to this young lady here. Adelaide.
Oh, Uncle, this doesn't sound like you. Something's wrong. Oh, hello there. You're the new Hufflepuff, yes? I'm Adelaide. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
What is that? You're the new Hufflepuff.
Oh, yes. I'm just a bit distracted. Letter from my uncle. So tell me, I've been hearing all sorts of rumors. Were you really nearly gobbled up by a dragon?
Oh, run out of tea. Very disappointed.
I'd prefer to just forget about it.
Oh dear, it must have been bad. I mean, of course it was. I know I would have been terrified. Sorry. Well, anyway, I imagine you have lots to do. I hope you have a wonderful...
Only problem with playing games when you have a hot drink.
Are you sure everything's
Unless you
alright?
pause it at certain points.
Yes,
Or you get cutscenes like this. You don't get to drink it until it goes cold.
Nothing to worry about.
Thank you, Adelaide. Be seeing
It
you.
was actually nice to meet you,
Maybe back.
Adelaide. You're nothing like that other woman.
Arthur's got you. It's all right. You don't need to be frightened, little cat.
I can't quite reach.
Come on, he went that way.
Hope they can catch him. Big castle for a student to get lost in, let alone a cat. I'm sure you'll find your way all right. I mean, it can be a bit overwhelming at first. I still get lost sometimes. Welcome to Hufflepuff, by the way. Really glad to have you in our house.
Hello, Arthur.
I'm Arthur.
Thank you.
Arthur Plumley.
Nice to meet you. Was that your cat?
No, one of the first years, I think. Don't have any pets of my own, unfortunately. My mother doesn't think too highly of them, especially magical ones.
I'm sorry to hear that. I think magical beasts are rather incredible.
Best thing about coming to Hogwarts. Nifflers, glumbumbles, bowtruckles. I thought they were only pictures in books before. Well, Dad did bring home a puffskein once. Mum was furious. Anyway,
Oh,
I'd better go
God.
make sure the first years caught that cat. Don't want them
Like
to
I
be
say,
late on their
some
first
characters
day.
really do have their own personality in this. Arthur being one of those really nice but really annoying people.
My mother's a muggle, and as soon as the puffskein that my dad brought home stuck its tongue up her nose, it went right back to the shop.
Nice meeting you, Arthur, and good luck finding that cat.
Thank you. Try not to get lost in the castle yourself.
I won't get lost in the castle, don't you worry.
Hufflepuff out of bed yet?
Or even the castle.
Professor Weasley's waiting for them outside the common room.
Poppy Sweeting.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a 5th year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion
Does
with
look
the
good.
headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry,
It
they've
almost
devised
feels
something
like
extraordinary to ensure your success.
a CGI Harry Potter movie in some respects.
Here you are.
Which I've got to say is a pretty mean feat from the developers. I mean, this is Avalanche, and I'm sure they've done a lot of stuff.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep
But yeah,
track of what you
I
learn
honestly
so
think
that
they've
you
done
master all that's
an
expected of you
amazing,
this year.
amazing job on
It will be
this.
wise to
Even
take
just
full
from the
advantage
cutscene
of this
perspective, they're just
exceptionally
absolutely brilliant.
valuable
They
resource.
really do give you the feeling and the sense that you are at Hogwarts. And of course, being the wizarding world, some things that
What do you mean?
developers do in games that normally you're kind of like, really? They
Perhaps saying
actually
that
make
action
sense.
will answer any
So, for
questions you
instance,
have.
he just stuck the
Walk
book
with me and we shall
under his
make
arm and it
progress.
disappeared, but you kind of saw a magical effect as though he put it into a pocket space, which is really, in my opinion, really good. There are some games, and hopefully, if you're watching this, you've seen my previous
The guide
video
will give you
on
opportunities to
Atlas
practice your
Fallen.
magic
The
and
weapons just appear out of
educate yourself
nowhere.
about
And
wizarding
look,
lore.
I get that they're magical weapons, it just doesn't
I
seem
certainly
that they
would
should be.
appreciate something like
And a
field
weapon
guide
that
when
you're
not on
constantly
duty.
using just
Using the
seems to be a
guide
bit
will
odd
also
if
be
it's
able
hidden
to be
away.
alert to your surroundings.
Whereas a
Here
book
you
like
are.
that, and especially as it is known as the Wizarding World, it kind of makes a bit of sense. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it. Follow Professor Weaselby.
Simply cast Revelio on it and
Revelio. And collect it. Collection of Hogwarts students' favourite recipes over the centuries. Some dishes include dirigiberries, or whatever they're called. They were in the Deathly Hallows, I think. Or was it? Or are they dirigiplums? I can't remember. But basically, they're floating fruit. Which is hilarious.
clever, isn't it?
Go back into challenges. I need 2. Okay, so I need 2 field guide pages to be able to unlock the glasses. To Hogwarts, that's the one that I'm on. And collections. That's the page that I've just found. Yep, self-elf recipe. House elf recipe. Self-elf? Oh my god.
Keep your eyes open for
I need to get my
more
glasses
opportunities
checked,
like
obviously.
that.
I know they're rimless, I didn't realise they were glassless as well. That's how Weasley doesn't half like stride up those steps. I'm doing like dainty little footsteps and she's striding 2 at a time. It's crazy.
Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit.
What did she mean by good
Your
timing?
field guide contains
It's not like flue flames only occur
Open
at
it
certain
up
times a
to
day. They're just
Central
there.
Hall.
Don't want the Great Hall. I want Central Hall. It's telling me I've got to. Okay.
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive, our King's Cross station, so to speak. That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
What will I learn in
Yes, I'll go through all of these.
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become Aurors. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain, and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Thank you.
The whole wizarding town or village sounds amazing, to be fair.
And you have much to
But me being a muggle,
Happily,
probably just
your
get kicked
professors
out.
have agreed to
So
create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after the
terribly vague.
dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
I wanna say that there is, in fact. But then, yeah, I'm going to.
Take a bit of a
Sod
detour
it.
away
Tell
here.
the truth.
Ended up exploring some ruins, and I shouldn't say more.
Exploring ruins? Well, I presume Professor Fig has his reasons for keeping the details to himself for now. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to
Good
date
day.
on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both.
Right, now if I remember rightly,
And I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned.
we
And
have
see if we can't
some
get you to
Accio
Hogsmeade
and some Levioso
surprise.
to learn. And then there's a trip to Hogsmeade. Now, I'm going to do the 2 lessons because, as I said at the beginning, the opening section of this game is quite heavy on cutscenes. I mean, I've no idea how long I've been playing so far, but I reckon it's at least half an hour. And realistically, my hands-on bit isn't that much. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably do the 2 lessons today in this video, and my next video will pick up by going to Hogsmeade, and then hopefully we can see. I must honestly say, if I'd have done this video without knowing the game, I wouldn't have been able to explain to you guys, those of you who haven't played it already, that
Understood,
it does open up somewhat, and you can go wherever you want. It becomes a proper open world adventure. I think the initial section in the castle is good because it makes it feel like a school, and it makes it feel like you're doing something a little more than just running around in an open world. But yeah, at a certain point it does swap into an open world adventure, which I think the pacing's just about right. But obviously from a video perspective, if I've already been playing for probably half an hour-ish, it's probably going to be close to an hour with the lessons and everything else. I don't want to make the video longer than that, and it does take quite a while to go to Hogsmeade, especially as I haven't got any form of transport other than my feet at the moment. So it does take quite a while, and I don't want to make this video like 1.5 to 2 hours long just so we can get the Hogsmeade bit in. I hope that makes sense anyway.
Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite
There's a
gone
lot of
ahead
things we have to do
with the
around the
class
castle as well, to be honest.
Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional
Yeah,
craftsman.
because obviously we've got to pick our wand up, we've got to get some other supplies from there, etc., etc. So
For now,
it would be
focus
good
on your
to
prizes and pay attention. More than
just
your
cut it off
role
before
may
I get
hinge
there.
on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Now, down in the comments, if you've got this far, which hopefully you have, please let me know whether you want me to just skip the running round bits. I minded not to, because that's part of the whole story playthrough and things like that. But at the same time, what I might do is when I'm spending a lot of time doing crafting or something like that in these playthroughs, I might just shorten those sequences, because that's just me not messing around, but maybe taking longer than other people would to do the same thing. Whereas when it's running from one place to another, short of detours, of course, if I do go on detours, that's basically the same for everyone. So
Professor Hecat! Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean.
that was a pretty good catch.
It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the
There we go.
wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember.
I mean, she is looking old. She doesn't even look like she can stand up properly.
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Still love this. How do you learn new spells? You actually have to trace them. Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger.
Oh, me. Yay.
Let us begin with a basic cast.
Oh, basic cast.
See how the deflected your cast?
Why the hell was I trying to cast Levioso and it's not even mapped to my
Then the basic cast.
spells yet?
Remember,
Right, Levioso.
Prized opponent.
And then attack.
Done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper...
Now the question is, do they class duels as any fight, or is it specifically two people facing each other?
Basic cost.
Because obviously I had all that combat in the opening section, but I wouldn't really consider that a duel. Let me know below if it is. And I can't remember any of it. Oh. Stego. No, no. Stego. Stupefy. There we go. Get back, boy. Stego. Stupefy. Oh, he fell off the table. That's no good.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
Yes, I do give as good as I get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to
Yay! Points to the house.
Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand...
God, it sounds like Harry Potter all over again. We can expect great things from you.
And they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of
Grindylows.
entirely.
I'm assuming it's a type of fish.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have
A
some
different
ideas
kettle
for
of
you.
Grindylows.
Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right, that's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Right. Now, do I need to speak to the guys with the diamonds above their head? Okay. I'm guessing they're just optional. So I'm going to go and speak to Sebastian. Let's get these 2 lessons out of the way.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student
itchy
to be
nose.
so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like.
I suppose it did say I've never used my wand in combat, which is a lie.
You know,
I wish I'd picked the other one now.
you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive,
It doesn't say just one-on-one combat. It just says used your wand in combat, which obviously I have defeating the statues. So
excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you
need to
just have to be
think
clever
about my
enough not to
answers
get
more
caught.
before I
Thank you,
answer.
Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good.
In reality,
Pleasure chatting with you.
I
I'm sure
wouldn't.
I'll see you soon.
Personally, I
Perhaps
don't
somewhere
really like rule
unsanctioned.
breakers.
We'll see if your performance today was sheer
So
luck
I'd
or
like
actual skill. Look
Varro
forward to
not to
grappling
like
with
them
me at the
either.
clock tower entrance. If you're interested.
It looks a bit shifty.
Till next time.
Right. There's a chest up there, but I don't know where. Right. Charms class. Crossed wands round 1. So if we go to Charms class. It's already selected. Huh. That's the problem when you need to go to the bathroom while you're playing. Oh dear. Up we go. That's where I make myself dizzy, of course. Oh, walk into the post.
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit.
There we go.
Sometimes I have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Don't necessarily want him to get back to the lesson.
I find I'm more comfortable around plants than people, to be honest.
There's always like chests and stuff in what looks like the roof, and I've no idea how to get to them. Sorry, my motion sensing light has just gone off. That's why it's all of a sudden gone dark in the background. If you are looking at my wonderful face.
I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to year 5 of charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with a passion and rigor.
Everyone loves charm work.
A challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now.
Well, how rude. Surely he knows that I'm the new year 5 student.
You all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review.
Well, realistically, we weren't practicing anything over the summer because we're not allowed to practice magic outside of school. Even as a 5th year.
Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you.
So, yeah, I guess it's just the fact that it just didn't sink in. Anything at all, ever. Oh, here we go. Another one of these. Press X when it says to, and that speeds up your learning. If you miss the X, then you'll be caught up by the red bar, and that's it. Game over. You failed to learn the spell. But you just retry again.
I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
Follow him.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right?
I love that. It's just like all of the boards and everything flying from somewhere. But that kind of means that they were waiting somewhere. So
very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm. That's it.
oh, too late. Damn it. That really sunk into the ground there. Not enough. Just right. Okay.
Very good. Points to Hufflepuff.
Why do I get points just for doing that? I mean,
Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up.
Okay.
The blues just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Why did you walk to where I was? Not being funny, but I have to drag it. She kind of like just casts it quickly and then stops, and then it just rolls to where she wants it. Whereas I have to keep using the spell to draw it to me. As soon as I stop, it just stops rolling, look.
Very
Where she does that, and then that's it. It's done.
That is how it's done.
Oh, I should have hit those harder.
Quite impressive. Be sharp.
Oh, she's won. Can't beat her at all now. Oh, I should have done that harder. I could have knocked her ball off. I think that reduces her score. Oh.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Here we go.
Yes. Well, it's given me a start anyway. Oh, should have kept on for a bit longer.
Let us see this.
Straight through the middle. Yes. Ideal.
Nicely done. Watch this. That is how it's done.
I was hoping she was going to push that ball onto the 50 mark. Hey, there we go.
Very good.
I think I won overall, because if you do 110 and 130 versus 130 and 60,
Both of you.
I won by 50 points. Aggregated, of course.
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year.
Wagadu.
My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Is magic the
This
same?
may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
You can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
It's
Very
nice that
dramatic
you
indeed.
visiting school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am
Well,
glad
I
to be
think
here.
that's the last of the
I think Professor Ron
lessons, so
better not keep him waiting.
probably going to leave it there, to be honest. Well, there we go. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please make sure you click the like button. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the video, and I look forward to seeing you for my next video very soon. You all take care. Bye for now.